Readers, welcome back. I was thinking about the story, The Wizard of Oz, and I was thinking about the Tin Man. When Dorothy finds the Tin Man, he's been standing in one place for so long that he's completely rusted. When he tries to move, he's falling all over the place and he's super squeaky because he's been standing in one place for such a long time. I was thinking about how, just like the Tin Man, as readers, we might be feeling a little rusty. So far, we've been building powerful reading lives by picking our favorite reading spots, reading some of our favorite books, and even talking about those books. And there's another essential part to building a power reading life. That is using our minds, using our mind work to really understand the stories that we read. So, readers, today I want to teach you that when we're reading, we can give ourselves a comprehension check. We can read to the end of a chapter or a long chunk of text and then pause, asking ourselves, who's in this part of the story? What just happened? Does this fit with something that already happened, or is this new? Readers, as we're warming up our minds and brushing off some of the dust, we want to make sure that as we're reading, we're not just reading the story to love it, but we're also reading the story to understand it. I was thinking we could try some of this work today in our read aloud text, Indian Shoes. We're going to be reading from the chapter where Ray realizes that his pants are missing for the wedding. It's called Don't Forget the Pants. As we're reading, we'll read a chunk and then we'll pause and we'll give ourselves a comprehension check. Here we go. Ray and Grandpa Half Moon walked past a window framed in forest green velvet curtains, climbed a spiral staircase, strolled down a hallway with fuzzy burgundy wallpaper, and joined the groomsmen in an upstairs bedroom. A row of rented gray tuxes and crisp white shirts had been hung in the closet, and Grandpa pulled out the smallest sizes in each after handing Ray his belt, socks, and dress shoes. "This'll look mighty handsome on you," Grandpa said, leaving on the plastic wrap. Ray headed towards the bathroom to get dressed for the wedding. "Need any help?" Grandpa called, shaking hands with the best man. "Nope," Ray said. "I'll be okay." He'd already tried on the tux at the fitting, and Ray figured once he'd dressed, he could always ask for Grandpa's expertise with the tie. He didn't want to look like a little kid in front of the groomsmen. When Ray shut the heavy door behind him, he was happy to find a full-length mirror on the back of it. In no time, he'd pulled off his Cubs t-shirt and neon purple sweatpants. He'd hooked the two hangers over the crystal doorknob and torn away the plastic covering his crisp white shirt. Before long, he had it on and buttoned straight. Ray thought he looked just fine in the shirt and his 2-day-old trim from Bud's barbershop. Feeling braver, he decided to take on the bow tie. The bow itself was already tied, and there was a little hook and a little loophole for fastening around the collar. Aha! Ray thought, I can do this. I won't even need Grandpa's help. So, readers, I'm going to pause here, and I'm going to give myself a comprehension check to make sure that I really understand what's happening in the story. I might start by thinking, who's in this part? Well, there's that little boy, and there's an older guy, and some other people. Readers, when we think about who's in the part of a text, we don't just want to name the boy or the girl. We want to try our best to remember our characters' names, leaning into who we really know is in the story. So, for example, in this part of the story, we have Ray, our little boy. We have Grandpa Half Moon. These are our main characters, or who we would call our protagonists. We also know there's some other characters like the groomsmen, but they haven't been named for us yet. Then I can ask myself, what just happened? Well, in this moment of the story, it seems like Ray has taken the suit parts into the bathroom. He's getting dressed for the wedding. He's trying to be a little independent and trying to get dressed by himself. He even goes to put on the bow tie alone and realizes, I think I can do this. Now I can think to myself, does this fit with something that's already happened? Or is this part new? Well, I'm thinking about what we had already read in the chapter. And I remember Grandpa Half Moon saying something about how, it's always one thing after the other in a wedding. And it's making me wonder if that fits with his thoughts around something's maybe going to go wrong, or when it comes to a wedding, there's like always something happening. Will it really go smoothly? So it feels like this part is definitely fitting with something that's already been said, but it also feels like I'm seeing this newer side to Ray, like him being confident and wanting to try something on his own first. So, readers, do you see how I read a chunk of text and then I stopped and I paused and I thought to myself, who is in this part? What just happened? And does this fit with something that already happened, or is this new information? This is something we can do as readers to make sure that our minds are turned on and our minds are open up to understanding what's happening in the story. So, readers, along with building a powerful reading life by picking our favorite reading spots and books we love, we can now also be thinking about how we understand a story. And one way we do that is by giving ourselves a comprehension check. We know those three important questions we can be asking ourselves: who's in this part? What just happened? And does this fit with something that's already happened, or is this new? So, readers, today I'm going to challenge us to set a work plan. Find your cozy reading spot, pick up your book, set a goal for yourself, and then give yourself a comprehension check. This might mean that I need to go back and reread a few pages or reread a chapter. Once I've started reading, pause often, thinking to yourself, who's in this part of the story? What just happened? Does this fit? Off you go, readers. Happy reading.